Good afternoon. My name's James Shuping Setshogelo. I come from South Africa, and I'm a founder of an organization called James Shuping Setshogelo Foundation, which I have founded in 2002 when I started to be involved with people from different communities in my country, whereby there were a lot of dropouts from university. There were a lot of people without houses who stayed in shanties. There were critical cases of crippled children whom were not indeed given attention without grant, and they were disgruntled when you find that their parents are not even working, and they depend on medication, depending on dampers, and they were depending on help aid like crutches and wheelchairs, and that just touched my heart. And I decided to start charity walks. I started in my province, Northwest, where the first time I walked, it was like from my home to Lichtenburg. Lichtenburg is something like 120 kilos. Then I didn't know much that I could go in and out because I used to use a car to drive in and out. Then I decided that let me just try it. I went in from morning. I came to my house later towards the next day in the night. Then starting from there, that's when I started to have a passion to really help and assist the charity. Instead, I'm saying I'm a walker, and a real long distance walker. I decided to embark on the provincial district walk, where I walked 5 days. I was on a walk for 5 days, but the difference is I was not sleeping anywhere. I would just rest for 2 hours. I would walk in the night and the day. And when I finished, something just pushed me more and more and more and more until I found a passion in walking. But my background was more on trainings and discipline, decisively so. Then I started the decision of saying I want to do impact walks where I would be challenging either government or either parastatals that they should do something with our South African condition. And I adopted this topic or the cause of why I walk, which is gender-based violence and femicide. And I added the 3 alphabets, which was crime, substance abuse, and abused men, or silent voices of men who are victimized, because men are the base of perpetration on the topic GBV. And I decided to start to make a lot of researches, and I walked around my province and went to different districts in Northwest. That was, as I said, the first was 5 days, then the second one took me like a month, because I will stop and start to do a short seminar, speak to men. Then this year, in short, trying to just go straight to the point, this year I decided to do a national impact walk from Union Buildings to Cape Town Parliament Building. My most important thing why this walk is on silent voice of men, because our men are being taken like they are the perpetrators without a cause. I believe they are perpetrators without a cause, and they are perpetrators with a cause. Looking at the men in uniform, because I'm one of them, soldiers, they go out to fight and defending their country, but when they are in there where they are deployed, there will be incidences where some are shot to die, and that's trauma to uniformed men. And I decided that I have to walk this walk, because this walk will also prove to the government that we are not treating this issue in a holistic manner. That's why I put the case in, so that when whoever from the stakeholders in the government they speak, they should know that it's not by like or by choice, because men, we are by virtue protectors and virtue defenders and also providers. Now, if men are not working, it's another problem. So I put crime in there, and I put substance abuse. If men are not working in their homes, like girlfriend or boyfriends of their girlfriends of theirs, they will start to blame them that you are useless. I can't do my hair, can't do my nails, I can't go out like with friends. Now I'm like feeding you. You're like children now. Now that cost this, or brought the passion. Then I decided to take the National Impact Walk, that which will start on the 20th of March. It will end on the 11th of May. That will be 52 days walk. And I don't want to put much of days, because it will depend in other cities, because I'm going to be stopping city by city, village by village, town by town. And on the road there are truck stops, and the truck stops, that's where men are. I want to hear men's views, and every city, village, I'll be stopping in police stations, interviewing men in uniform, so as to present a case that is very balanced to the government, because I want to produce a manifesto, which I call it JSSF manifesto, that I'm going to be presenting to the government for policymakers to look into it. On that regard, I'm partnering with universities in South Africa to help me draft the professional manifesto, so that it could be sensible and be able to be adopted as part of the policies in our country. That's my wish. While I was busy there, I started to think of walking through Africa. I went to Botswana. I got one guy called Kest, that whom I also had. He walked for 1,000 kilos. Then he joined 2,005 kilos around Botswana for the arts, because I also love music. I produce music as well. Now, him inspired me more. Then I said, I wonder who can I meet in other countries of Africa where I would be able to make us a team, to unite as walkers, to work for the better. My cousin Zenzo Mmobe, an artist and also an actor in one of the popular South African movies, Tsotsi, and Blood Diamonds, also is international, and Lost Kingdom in Lesotho. He's sort of an international actor. Then he spoke to me about a man called Eddie Bond, and I said, who's that crazy man who wants to go to Egypt? And I said to him, I would love to also. I had just a spark on that. Then I started to decide, and when I decided, I told him. Then he could not get Eddie, and times is going. I said I want to get him at least in Botswana to go until Zim, or to go until Zambia. And now he got a bit late until he sent me the numbers. Then I started to communicate with Eddie and sort of introduced myself to him. We started talking, and I fell in love with his passion for walking, because he was not walking for profit-based or commercial sort of a thing. He told me about how he had this thing since some years ago, where he wanted to go up to Egypt, and then in me I said it's a cause worthwhile. Why can't I go to just assist? Then I came in, met Eddie, and we started speaking about this. Man, it's just awesome to interact with him. He's just a lovely guy, and the other passion in within, or the reasons behind, I said people overseas, especially his country, there's a lot of negative impact about our countries, especially Africa, that we this dangerous people, we don't care, we are not loving, all these things. Then I said, let me go and change the perspective a bit about this walk, and I would love to end in Cairo, so that when we finish there, for sure the world will be waiting for sort of a report back or feedback on this, why you joined this man and why this walk. It would change the tourism perspective in the world two, it will also encourage other countrymen of this country and our countries as well, that we are a loving country, Africa, and we are united, and we one, and we walk and live beyond the colors. We no longer color people. We are people of heart, Ubuntu. We are people of protection, love, welcoming, and especially that when somebody comes to our places, we welcoming. Now, I would love to let the world know that we are very loving and welcoming. We promote tourism, and that led me to also speak to Jace Marabini, one of the locals here, which is a friend of mine for some years. I think we're 20 plus now. Now, I challenged him, said, Jace, there's a man coming there. Jace said, why? What is he working for? How will that help us? And how will it help me as well? It took 2-3 days to convince Jace until he said, wow, that's a good story, my man. I said, is there anybody there in your country that has walked or love walking? He said, no, there's a guy, Dr. Gasol. Then I said, ask him, plead with him, give me his number. He said, no, let me speak to him first. Then he spoke to Dr. Gasol, and Dr. Gasol was in for it. He was key for it. And then I told Eddie, I said, Eddie, my man, I think I'm going to join you, and there's somebody there in Zimbabwe that is going to join us. At least we take you to certain kilos, then after that I'll go back home and come back and join you up to the destination. Due to my course, my project in March until May, then I believe that as South Africans we need to support internationals and know that Africa it's a home, and most of their cultures that I've learned since I was with him, they are sharing type of people, especially in Hawaii, as you were saying it. And I will challenge us to give him that, as he's in Zimbabwe now, as he'll be going through from the toll gate to Vic Falls. I'll plead with us Zimbabweans, as we are family, we brothers, we sisters, we one. As you see him walking, I know some of you will be driving fast, and please stop by. He might be needing water, because certain towns are far away from any development. But by then he walks 30 kilos per day, and that will be too strenuous to take 100 kilos per day. Then please, when you see him, or you see him lifting the flag that is written any got water there, you must just please stop by and at least get him water. If you see him going down, when you come back, at least bring some water for him. At least he should be refreshed until he gets out to the next destination. That's my plead, and I hope that this is going to build what is called an association for African walkers, because that's something that we've been talking about. He shared with me, Eddie, that there's something called Walkabout that he would love to see promoted. And for me, I would say thank you so much, Zimbabwe, for letting him be here, and we believe he's going to be safe through until the next destination. And that's quite impressive, that the welcome we got yesterday by the city chambers. I would say that the mayor's office, we were really humbled, and we were really so happy to be in City of Kings. We really got a good and warm welcome, and I would really want to thank their support. We have a place called Mamsi. This place, since yesterday, they've been kindly, promoting, supporting, and being there for us, feeding us. And we hope that other Zimbabweans, wherever you are, there's a nice place in Blawayo called Mamsi. Please don't pass by, just come in, because these people are really supporting creatives in this country, whereby come and support. By your support, you'll be saying to her, keep doing this good thing you are doing for Africans. Thank you so much.